Trial against 3 St. Louis officers accused of beating one of their own reaching a climax tonight. Closing arguments are now underway and jury deliberation may start very soon. News 4's Russell Kinsall reports on the final plea made to the jury.
In closing arguments, the prosecution said this isn't a case about being pro-police or anti-police and that bad cops make the job of good cops even harder. The challenge for jurors is not only deciding whether or not the 3 defendants who are being tried together are guilty, but also working to make sure that they don't get confused about what evidence goes with which defendant. Detective Luther Hall was injured during his arrest while working undercover at a protest in 2017. The captain in charge of the Civil Disobedience Unit testified that officers' safety was paramount, but admitted the department did not have a safe word for undercover officers to use until they made it Mary Beth after Hall was injured.
So there was no code word. A code word is used nationally for undercover officers at protests so that you can identify yourself as an officer quickly. And to blame Luther Hall for not identifying himself when he was being brutally beaten. And those are the words of other officers.
Stephen Cordy, Christopher Myers, and Dustin Boone were indicted on a charge of deprivation of rights under the color of law. Cordy also faces a charge of lying to the FBI, and Myers faces an additional charge of destroying evidence. In closing arguments, the prosecution said Hall wasn't breaking the law or threatening anyone and was knocked to the ground, beaten, and struck with a baton. In his closing arguments, defense attorney Scott Rosenblum told the jury the case is based on innuendo, and he said, "We don't speculate people into the penitentiary." Closing arguments will be concluded tomorrow, and then the case will go to the jury. Russell Kinsall, News 4.